Hi, I'm Ren.
I'm Sam.
I'm Tosh.
And we're the T Swift Sisters. Welcome back to the T Swift Sisters podcast, a Taylor Swift fan podcast for Swifties by Swifties. In today's episode, we are officially recapping night 2 of the Eras Tour Miami. We're dying.
Can you tell?
Here's this week's Swift Scoop. Where do we begin? I guess we'll start off with where we left off yesterday.
Right.
And that was making bracelets before getting ready. But I went as rep bodysuit Tay's version kind of thing. Tosh.
I was OG Speak Now.
Speak Now World Tour Taylor.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Speak Now World Tour Taylor.
I was Taylor in Fortnite music video.
Honestly, the outfit slayed. Like, I know you guys think that we did better in LA, but I think last night,
It felt pretty on par for us.
yeah.
They didn't feel like last minute ticket outfits.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. I will say that for sure. Like, I
Right.
don't think you looked at us and thought like, oh, wow, those girls literally got tickets on Wednesday. Wednesday night. Yeah. It was crazy. But we got ready. We made it to the stadium. And like, by the grace of God, we got amazing parking.
Right.
Like literally right at the front of the stadium. Like we just had to kind of walk up this bridge and then we were at the tunnel entrance.
And we got there at like 4:30 because our plan was to get there like at 3:30. So I was, we were kind of prepared to like have a little traffic to get to parking and maybe not get the best one, but it worked out.
It worked
amazing.
out so perfectly. Like, and I think this is something that we kind of talked about with LA too, that like the timing of everything just was so like on par. Like it just worked out really well. I don't know, like it just things yesterday like lined up in the weirdest way, and like as they have since we got the tickets, it was just like Tay voodoo, really. Yeah. So we went in, whatever. The merch line for Miami specifically, the way that they did merch. So like in LA, they had merch honestly everywhere.
Yeah.
Like every other section. The same for Tampa. I know you mentioned Atlanta was
Same
super
for
easy to
Atlanta,
get
yeah.
merch.
Because I remember I was walking up to different ones to be like, do you guys have a merch bag? Because they had run out at one of them. Like it was really accessible.
Yeah. So at the stadium in Miami, they had like the stadium and it's connected to this Formula One building. And that was where the merch was. So I watched a video actually. They told us yesterday, the guy told us yesterday that it was one merch stand. There were 2 in there. So they had 2 different like lines that people were going into. But that was Friday night. So maybe they changed it for Saturday night. Because it did, I will say that it did look like one line.
Or maybe like the line is so long that it splits as you get closer.
Yeah, could be that too. But it was like hours long of a wait when we got there. And then he was like, if you don't go during the show, you're going to wait multiple hours after the show to get the merch. So we were like, okay, I guess merch is not happening, which like fine, whatever.
And it closed at 12 too. Like
Yeah.
at midnight.
Yeah. So we were like, whatever. We had to kind of take the L with that, but no big deal. Walked down to floor and our seats were absolutely amazing. Like Samantha literally killed it. Honestly.
I like that we were on the edge, so we
Yes.
could easily get in and out because there was so much movement as there is on the floor, but we had really easy seats to move around.
And
So
to
that was
see, because
Yeah.
we were aisle, so we talked about it yesterday. Like
True.
there wasn't a lot of like people
People.
like right
Yeah.
in front of us, so we had a good like space.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think like with LA, obviously our seats were amazing, but where we were, like we were on the left side and Taylor was on our right, and we had to look through a bunch of people to see Taylor on the stage. Like she was closer, but I think we were able to have like I had a better angle at her and the stage as a whole in our Miami seats. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that was really nice. And then fast forward, concert started. It was just absolutely insane. It was insane. I lost it. I was crying so much.
It felt like a roller coaster.
I was like, "Are you happy?"
I I think it was just that like it finally clicked. Like it was finally like, wait, we actually made it here. Like this is happening, and like this is the last time that we're gonna see the Eras tour. Like it was that like, oh my god. So it was like happy, but also overwhelmed and also sad. Like this is the end. So I was like, I don't know. I couldn't stop crying. It was amazing. I mean, like I feel like I missed a lot of stuff because I was like had my literal like face in my hands. So like I didn't see Taylor. And, like, I missed the beginning of Cruel Summer, but, like, it was still awesome. I definitely missed the entire Miss Americana because I was sobbing, like, into my hands.
Your hands saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I loved it.
Also, another note, I saw people online also mentioning that they got caught in the bathroom line at the start of the show because they weren't expecting the start time.
The start time,
It was
that,
earlier.
and, like, when we... I don't know what happened because I saw somebody talk about this from last night on Facebook. You might have seen the same post. Yeah. It was a lady that was 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, Gracie finished at 6:48 and Taylor started like at 7:48. So we were in line for the bathroom for an hour.
No. No, we didn't.
We walked out at the last Gracie song though.
But
I think we factored like wasn't it 30 minutes that we said?
Yeah, there was like
that we had that much time left to use
I
the
remember
bathroom.
the guy selling like water and stuff. He was like, it's 30 minutes until Taylor goes on.
Right.
At 30 minutes, so it was not 6:48.
So you think, oh, Gracie went on at 6:48.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, like we did not wait. I know that we waited a while in the bathroom line, but it was
like
not
7:20. I vividly remember checking the phone and being like, oh, it's like 7:20. We have 30 minutes in this line. Like we should be good. Yeah.
It was crazy. I just
and
like
that's that they even opened up men's bathrooms. Like some they specifically converted to women's, and it was still insane.
And then closed it out, which was the issue that we had. They said no more women.
Yeah, but I think the problem, and we kind of talked about this when the Eras Tour first started, because they did similar things like in Tampa and in Atlanta, was that the men's bathroom only has a specific number of stalls. So while you think that like it's helpful, it's not, because the line is super long.
Yeah.
But there's only 2 stalls, so it takes forever for each person to go. Whereas a women's bathroom, there's like 10 stalls and you're constantly moving. Mm-hmm. So I think that like, honestly, in the future, I would again avoid that line because it's 2 stalls you're never going to get through.
Yeah.
And like,
even if it looks shorter. Yeah.
I think that's just the like, not like a bad thing on the stadium, but like this is the way the stadium was built. And like LA, SoFi was built a lot later. Like it was built in 2020, so they know things like that when they're building that stadium. So there's more stalls, like there's more fluidity, and I think that's how we got lucky in LA using the bathroom all the time. But like Miami, the bathroom was not a thing, honestly.
And bathroom on the floor for LA, like we were in and out super easy.
We had that access to the bathroom right there. For this, we had to go to 100s to use those
that made it really hard.
Yeah, so like LA was they have a bunch of suites on the floor, and we were able to just like walk in to like a general area to use multiple bathrooms and like we picked a section that we were like, okay, that's where we're gonna go when we use the restroom. You had to literally, there was 2 sections that had floor access, and you had to walk up, you had to wait in line for people going down. Like it was definitely a little tighter, and like that's just stadium building. Like you can't really do much about it.
But like I feel like the floor was really different in Miami, like because even if they had a bathroom exactly in the position where LA had a bathroom, we probably still wouldn't be able to use it because you had to have a specific ticket for that section in that side. Like, you know, like we only had access to our part of floor. We couldn't walk around and like see the tents and stuff like we did in LA.
Yeah.
Which was like different.
But I feel like if they did have bathroom access, though, they would be more chill about it. You get me? Because people would have to use the bathroom, so they couldn't be like, you can't walk through here if you don't have.
Yeah.
But they were definitely a lot. And we thought they were strict in LA. We did. We were like, damn.
But at least we were allowed to walk by.
We saw them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. in LA, in
Yeah.
Miami. In Miami, what I did think was cool is that we had like full service bars, because they had full service bars in LA, but inside, like away, you had to miss the concert if you wanted to grab a drink or something.
Right.
They had a bunch of even just water and beer stands that LA didn't have.
Yeah.
And like I really appreciated that on floor. Not that like I actually even got water during the show,
Same.
but like I knew that if I really needed water, it was right there. And I felt like the floor here was also very open. I don't know, like it was open, but the field definitely feels smaller in a sense that we were like still close to the stage. You get me?
Yeah.
It was nice. Honestly, our seats were killer.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so since we're talking about like the concert started, next up, one of the next eras that goes is obviously the Red Era 22. I saw this morning that Taylor was flashing 55. Because you know how when she goes 22,
Wait, I saw that.
she did one of 35. I saw, or maybe
I
just
saw
saw the 5. Okay,
yeah.
so I probably saw the 5 and I was like, oh, because she's turning 35. Ha ha ha. But I guess it was a 55. And of course, 55 days from yesterday is, but it is December 13th, I believe. So maybe she could just say, like, I'm getting older on December
Yeah.
13th.
Oh.
But of course, now people are like, December 13th? Like, what's going to
Oh.
happen?
Man.
I want to make sure. I'm going to Google search now to like see what 55 days is from yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was so cute. And the little girl that got the 22 hat,
Oh my god.
she was so cute in her ringleader costume, because
So
it
cute.
was not that it was just a ringleader costume. It was like Taylor's
The
ring.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Taylor's
Head to
ringleader
toe.
costume. It was so cute.
Yeah, it was precious.
Friday, December. Oh my God, her birthday's on a Friday this
Friday.
year. Oh, dang.
Friday, December 13th.
Yeah, Friday, December 13th. And like fast, okay,
crowning.
now that we're here, because obviously the way that we're talking about this is that now we're thinking that it might mean something, and like I don't want to lose my train of thought, and we're already here. So jumping ahead, our surprise songs. First of all, clap it up for Samantha. Applause. For guessing should have said no.
Literally name dropped it yesterday.
And like
Shooketh.
shooketh, and honestly, you are so deserving of should have said no, because obviously of everything that you did for us this week. I do
I appreciate it.
I do want to play my video from when we found out it was should have said no.
Please.
I just played it for Sammy and we were cracking up. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. I'm going to play it here into the mic so that everybody can hear it. Those were the vibes.
Literally.
Remember us both looking at Sammy like,
I was like, oh my, I literally turned around to her. She probably couldn't even enjoy the song because of how many times I was like, you deserve this. She's like, okay, okay, I get
I hear it
it.
now.
But it was should have said no mashed up with I did something bad. Crazy,
God.
iconic. It was such a good, both mashups last night, slay.
The fact that we got debutation.
That's where I was going with this.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was going with this. So now that she played debut before Reputation
Like in the mashup.
in the mashup,
Okay.
do we think that maybe 55 days is like a debut announcement and not Reputation? Fetch or stretch?
Hi.
I don't know how much the order of the mashup like.
Actually matters.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel that.
but I'm
I'll
on
say-
the train. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
on the train of like one of them being announced maybe. On
Okay.
Friday, December 13th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say fetch.
That debut first.
Yeah, why not?
Honestly,
I mean, it's a possibility. Why not?
yeah, at this point, like anything is a possibility.
anything.
And funny enough, Night Owl, they're a cookie company or whatever brand here in Miami. They were also celebrating eras this week, and they commented like, "What re-record do you think is gonna be next?" Or like posted that on their Instagram. And Sweet Melody was like debut, and I literally responded back to the comment, and I was like, "This is so controversial." And now I'm like,
Wait a minute.
They
They know something.
like you might actually not be
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Onto something.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I feel like if it's an album announcement on Taylor's birthday, then it would be debut.
I was about to say the same thing. 100%.
Like, oh, I'm
The
turning.
vibes.
Yeah.
Is she turning 35 this year? I think so, because 2019 was 5 years ago.
35, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's 1989. So,
Yeah.
so she's turning 35 this year. Like, I could totally see her being like, for my 35th birthday this year, I wanted to reflect the 18 years of music that I've been going through, whatever. And, like, how much of my life has changed when I was 14 writing these songs. So, I'm telling you that March 13th, debut, Taylor's version, whatever. Let's see if March 13th is a Friday, because then I'll actually scream.
Into the mic.
Dang it, March 14th is Friday.
Oh,
Is there
close.
February 13th is Friday too? Okay.
I like that point, though. You're right. Like, I think if it's a birthday announcement,
Yeah.
it would take us all the way back to where it started.
Right.
Yeah.
And like definitely not rep. Rep is not like a
No.
birthday, but I can see how debut is like a birthday celebration announcement.
Yeah.
And also at this point, I feel like clowning for rep has just gone so extreme that it's fitting for her to be like, you thought, nope, we're dragging it out even longer.
I literally think that Reputation was slated to come before debut, and because of the behavior of all
Feral
Swifties,
behavior.
the feral behavior of all Swifties, us included,
Yep.
she's like, actually, no.
You're going to wait for it.
You're gonna wait for it. 100%. And like just
Yeah.
the fact that it's also her last album that she did with Big Machine Records and everything, like I could totally see this being an option that she was like, okay, that's not happening, we're moving that. Or it's TS12 maybe. There's been a lot of speculation.
There has been a ton. People thought that was coming Miami Night 1, yeah.
Right. Oh, I thought what I had heard was most people clowning for Rep. I didn't know that people were clowning for TS12. That's a little, come on, guys. Like TS11 in April, now TS12. Jeez.
Reel in the clownery, please.
Not that we even expect Taylor to announce anything on her birthday or like, it's just if she does, we're going to celebrate.
Oh my
it.
God,
Yeah, we're
yes.
going to clown a little bit,
Not
but we
that
have no
we're-
expectation.
Right.
No pressure.
You're
Yeah.
allowed to just celebrate your birthday
Yes.
with the people you love.
You're allowed to, literally, if Taylor was like, I'm never recording another album again, obviously I'd be very sad, but like, there's no expectation from her. Like, she doesn't owe us anything in her life, especially after the Eras tour. My goodness. Like,
Oh my gosh.
how much more can we have from her? It really hit me yesterday how like much it must be on her to perform, because as somebody watching the concert, I was like, Jesus, did we get that much older in 1 year?
I thought the same thing.
I had to take 2 or 3 sitting breaks, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember you being like, it's so hot, and I remember saying, imagine how she feels.
I'm like,
Oh my
okay,
God.
jeez.
Natasha
like-
spitting bars.
But I didn't mean it like that. Just like, dude, how does
Yeah.
she do that? Like,
Yeah. Like yesterday was really the first time where I was like, is she even a real person? Like, because it's so taxing and tolling on your body. And like, maybe it's because we're at a hometown show versus like when you travel to a show, you're running on adrenaline the whole
yes.
time because
Right.
you're like, it's somewhere I've never been. Like, I was thinking about it because I'm like, I can't have gone to another show this weekend. Like, it can't happen because I will literally I have to be hospitalized, I think, from injury and like all of the above. But if we were in LA, we could have made another night work.
I mean, we were wanting
Wanting
it to
to.
work.
I know. And like we actually, like, I think we would have been exhausted the day after.
Right.
But we were going to be exhausted the day after anyway because you're on a trip.
Yeah. We weren't going to just chill and like live our life. We were still going to do tourist things. So.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, geez, because I know some people will come out of town and we'll do like 2 or 3 nights that they're like, oh, I came from out of town, so I have to go to multiple nights. And I'm like, my God, like I live here and I can't even do one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, so obviously we had a lot of changes to the show since the last time we went. Haim is no longer an opener, so that changed everything. And like obviously Folklore and Evermore is now Folk More set. So the beginning of the show feels very fast.
Yes.
It felt so
100%.
fast. Like I was like blinked and we were in starting Reputation era. Like
Yeah.
Super fast.
so fast. And then it kind of like gets a little bit longer before it really speeds up again. I don't know.
100%.
It definitely has like a good cadence this go around, I think. Like I think the new way that the eras are dispersed has a nice cadence, but I think the folk more set felt very long to me.
I remember when you told me this, I feel like for me it didn't, but I think it's because I'm used to like folklore being long, and now that it's both together, I'm like, oh, okay, but then like it's all over. Like then
Yeah.
I'm done with both.
Yeah. I definitely missed Evermore as a standalone set.
Yeah.
And like I think I see what she was doing with the like intertwining folklore and Evermore, but she did like 2 folklore songs and then Champagne Problems and then a bunch of folklore songs and then the rest of Evermore songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't know, like should it have been folklore Evermore?
I see what you're saying.
What did you guys think? And also like what songs did you miss? I missed the one. I thought the one was still on the set list, honestly.
We were talking about.
And I knew The Last Great American Dynasty wasn't on the set list, but I did miss it a lot.
Me too. I
And The
felt its
Archer.
absence. Bro.
I like The Archer. Like the song itself, I actually like it more now than I previously did, and like I was okay with it not being on the set list. I think I definitely missed Tolerated. I did miss Tolerated.
Selma, did you miss Tolerated?
Yep. You already know how I feel about that song.
It was so good though. My Tears Ricochet honestly slaps every single
Always
time.
hits.
And that's
so
a song
glad.
that I like wasn't like I'll listen, but I wasn't a big fan of until
I remember you saying that.
until Eras, and
I
then it
was
just
shook.
hits. Yeah.
And we
The
had
visuals.
a pretty great standing ovation. Like
We did. I timed it.
I
I timed it.
And you started a little bit late, so
Yeah.
we can add.
It got very, very loud.
It did
She,
get
like,
very
even
loud.
Took off her earpieces. Yeah, it was cutie.
It was 3 minutes and 45 milliseconds. So we'll say like 3 minutes and 15 seconds,
Yeah.
probably. That also made me think about LA. How did we stand there for 8 minutes?
I know.
How did we do that? Because I think that's when I started being like, wait, I think I got really old in one year.
That
we
felt
were
like a
actually
lifetime.
we were actually the whole time.
Yeah, we were yelling literally the whole time in LA, chanting. I tried, and I know that I did the Taylor chant multiple times in LA. Like I would like stop it,
Yes.
start it again. Taylor,
I feel like it really caught
Taylor.
on in LA.
Yeah, yesterday it caught on a little bit
bit,
because
yeah.
I
Our
saw some
section,
people in the other section
it got
doing it
louder,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like yes, and then I was like I can't go anymore. Like it's fading. It started fading, and I was like I'm gonna let this one just die out.
Goodbye.
But like 3 minutes is pretty long.
Yeah.
It felt so long. So I thought in that moment, how did we do LA?
And
What?
it was 5 minutes more in LA, like more than double the time.
I think like we probably blacked out at some point, which I'm sure she did too, because also how do you stand in front of a crowd of like 60,000 people? Honestly, I think more. I think it's like 90,000, but whatever.
She said 62.
She said 62 last night?
yeah.
Okay. And just like listen to them scream.
And but I also feel like we would have gone longer. Maybe like if there was no noise ordinance, like we said.
Yeah, because
and
she
there wasn't
stops it. She does stop it. And like yesterday she sat down and she like started playing.
She
It was
just
like,
started
okay.
singing, yeah, it's like I'm sure it would have kept going. Not we, but it would have.
Not we.
I would have clapped.
Speaking of like people screaming, I was pretty surprised at the standing ovation of it all because I felt like the vibes were what we expected from the Miami crowd.
Yeah.
We did not trade bracelets. We traded bracelets with like 4 groups of people, I think. It was
Right.
so weird. It was
Yeah.
so weird. And maybe it's just because in LA, like you would literally turn around and everybody was trading bracelets everywhere and you could be like, oh, I'll trade a bracelet with you or like.
We gave bracelets at the airport. Do you remember going
Yes.
to LA? Like that's how.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't go to the airport here, to be fair.
Right. But again, not like Miami Swiftie. Like I don't know. I felt like it was a missed opportunity
Yeah.
because everyone was wearing bracelets.
And I feel like at previous shows, like you'd feel left out if you weren't trading, and at this show, it was like
If you
opposite.
had
it was
bracelets,
the
you were
opposite.
weird.
Yeah, if you had bracelets, it's like, oh god, like who can I give it to? Like it wasn't just this active thing that you could just be like, oh my gosh, here. Like,
Yeah.
you had to really,
Yeah.
like, start a conversation, find someone with bracelets. Like,
Yeah.
it was very low-key.
It was definitely uncomfy. Like, the anxiety that I had about trading bracelets the first time, that quickly went away because everybody was trading bracelets. This time it was like kind of looming the whole
Yeah,
time.
True.
And like, I saw a video of night one, and at people's tailgates before the concert, they like literally had like a table with a bunch of bracelets. So then, like, as
That's
people would
smart.
walk by, but our parking lot, there weren't a lot of people there.
Yeah.
No.
So like, we wouldn't have been able to do that as
Right.
an option. And then, I don't know, it just didn't happen. I remember telling my sister, because it was her first time going to Eras, I was like, oh, don't worry. Once we get to the floor, there will be a bunch of people that will want to trade bracelets. And there weren't even people there. Like, all the seats were empty. And I
That
literally,
was surprising.
it was surprising. It filled up. Like, the people
yeah,
got
yeah.
there. But when we were in Florida, in LA, and we obviously keep referencing LA because that was what we have to compare to, everybody was there the whole time and trading bracelets. So it was just, I don't know, like, I got there and I literally held up my bag and I was like, all right, who wants a bracelet?
And
only one person turned
Directly
around.
in front of us.
Yeah, she was like, I'll take a bracelet. So we traded with them, and then Gracie started. So granted, like, we
Yeah.
didn't have time after
Yeah,
that because of
right.
the whole bathroom thing, whatever. So
I think I gave
don't
more
know.
bracelets to employees than
as like, thank you for
Actual-
being
Yeah.
here.
yeah, than actual just because of like lack of interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
That's what it was. Because people were wearing bracelets, but it was the lack of interaction part.
but like,
Like,
were they wearing their bracelets that they brought to trade, or did like,
yeah, that's...
because if you made all these bracelets and you're wearing, like, maybe people actually think that you're supposed to make bracelets to match like your outfit or whatever, and then you just wear them. You get me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I thought it was a known thing. It was just so weird.
Yeah,
And
that-
like, honestly, I'm not surprised for Miami.
Yeah.
True. On par.
Yeah. Well, since we said the first surprise song mashup. should
Yeah,
we
now
do
we'll
the
go back.
second?
We'll go back to that one. The second one was absolutely,
It was a slay.
it was so crazy.
She started
Lommel.
playing, yeah,
Lommel.
Lommel mashup with White Horse.
Amazing.
It was so good.
It sounded so good.
Like, it could
It
be
was
one
meant to
song.
be. Yeah.
White Horse is one of those Taylor Swift songs for me that, like, when it plays, your life changes every time. Like,
Very
I don't
When
know.
it
It's
plays,
just
it slays.
when it plays,
you
it
tell.
slays. Honestly, like, it's one of those where like it comes up in shuffle, and you're like, I don't know if I should skip, or like, should I play? Like, what are my vibes today? And then she starts singing right away, and you're like,
That's
it's staying.
it.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Mm-hmm. I love White Horse so much.
That was really good.
That's awesome.
And her new surprise song, Dress.
True.
Oh, I was like, wait, her new surprise song, Dress, she has a new song.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, but wait, Dress is not a new song.
Oh, no. She wore a new outfit.
She wore, yeah, her new dress that she wore for this.
Yes.
It was just me not.
Yeah.
My brain wheels are turning very, very slow today.
And it was like purple and shimmery and really pretty.
It
And she
was
showed
so
it off to
cute.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was like,
she
"This is
showed
the
it
first
off.
time I wear it. It was cute.
I love that she said that, like, going to the Eras tour and wearing a new outfit is the best time to show a new outfit because everybody goes crazy, which, like, that has to make you feel so good. Like,
True.
I'm stunting in a new outfit tonight and everybody loses their minds.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a good feeling. It was so cute. I love the purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of
we
looked
like
like your
that.
dress.
Yeah.
That's why I said you guys are twinning.
I loved it.
When she came out, I was like, we're getting a Speak Now.
Oh,
And then
John.
we
I
did
thought
it.
so too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, oh, she'll play a Speak Now song
Yeah.
tonight. But, like, I think I wouldn't have asked for other songs, I think.
No, I think it was
I'm
perfect.
so happy with what we got.
Yeah. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Because of what you did for us.
Anything for our queen.
We personally asked her to play Shoulda Said No.
And then, of course, we got the iconic TTPD set.
TTPD was so good. It was so good. Like, I kind of knew what to
visuals.
expect, but I didn't actually know what to expect.
Right.
But Daddy, I Love Him.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I love that song. I feel like I love it like more every time that I listen to it. And after watching it last night at the show, amazing. So High School was so, like, short and sweet, but
Yeah,
in the best
Short-
way.
Yes.
Because I personally felt like Down Bad was short.
It was so short.
Yeah, I
I was
know.
sad about
I
it.
thought it was longer. Like, I didn't realize that she didn't play more of the song.
Right.
Yeah.
But like So High School, I was like satisfied.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh yeah, this is cute. Okay, like I don't need more.
Like
than
I
this.
can't picture continuing to jam to that one.
Yeah,
Right.
like it's definitely a good transition song.
Yeah.
But Down Bad, like I definitely expected it to be more.
And Who's Afraid of Little
I
Me?
was just gonna say that
God.
crazy.
Was insane.
Crazy.
That, like, moving
That's-
platform is crazy.
Yeah. I love Possessed.
Taylor
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
It's so good. She's just like, and then
Thank
the
you.
eyes thing.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
You should be.
You should be.
The theatrics in that set are
OG Taylor.
literally.
Yes,
It reminds
yes.
me of why I loved her concerts in the first place because no one else does that.
Yeah. Nobody
whole
else
production.
willingly
A whole-
puts on a picture of their possessed face at the end of a song. No, and like Fortnite, honestly, I didn't even like
I
really know folklore.
Oh.
The
Fort Lore.
Fortnite was like a thing. I don't know. I was
didn't
like,
know
wait,
it was in it.
did she just add this?
Just because I dressed as it?
And maybe
Okay.
maybe that's also why we felt like Down Bad was short because we were like, wait, why'd you put that there? Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to
True.
keep singing.
But then, like, when the bed wheeled out, I was like, oh, yeah, like, I remember this is here.
Yes,
But, like, I'm still so
exactly.
confused right now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, is Post Malone going to come out right now?
in his tats,
I was like, that would be so iconic, though, for Miami. Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
Post Malone
that would
relation he has
Yeah.
with Miami, but, like, Miami's a big city, you know?
Yeah.
I would
We
say it's
love
bigger
Posty here.
than Indianapolis and NOLA. Like, if it was
Yeah.
going to happen, it would happen now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm glad it was on the set list, though, because I freaking love Fortnite.
Hello. We got Florida.
Yes.
Oh my God. That
did we
literally
forget?
revived me.
Yeah, that's probably like the push we needed.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know it would be so early in the TTPD set either. Like where Florida was. I don't know why I thought that it was at the end of all the songs and right before I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Right.
That's where I thought it was. And then when everything started turning green and people started going crazy, I was like, oh, it's time for Florida. I did do the gator chomp.
Yeah.
we saw
Can
it.
vouch
We
for
heard
that.
I literally like threw my phone down and I was like chomping
Yep.
so hard. And my sister's like, okay.
it. The crowd went wild for Florida. I mean, obviously us included, but I'm glad we showed up for that song.
And we got Florence.
That was
Oh, amazing.
It was so
Dancing
good.
on stage.
My God.
awesome. It was amazing.
They were just like, you could tell how much fun that they were having up there, like looking at each other, like
Yes.
singing, like
I love
hugging.
their energy together.
Yes.
I didn't know I needed.
Yes.
Slay.
I'm just gonna say we kind of talked about it yesterday, but I'm really glad that we got the versions of eras that we did. Like I
Yes.
think it was like such an experience to go to a show you've already been to and like know what to expect, but also absolutely don't because we've never seen TTBD live or like
The just change of the
yeah,
set
like
list and the
Long Live Being
order.
Gone. Yeah, like it was like really cool to like be like, oh, I've been here, but also it's brand new.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's really special. And like, I know, Sama, you only got 2 versions. Still absolutely amazing and iconic. Like we were saying how blessed that we were that we've seen literally 3 different versions of the concert because we have like the OG version without anything really included. Then like as the show has progressed, almost 2 years, it's going to end a little bit right before the 2-year mark, but how much the show has changed and progressed over the 2 years, like all the different changes that it's had, the outfits that it's had, like slay.
Like we had No Body, No Crime and yeah.
Long Live,
Long
and then
Live.
we originally didn't. We had songs that aren't there anymore. The Archer,
The one.
the one, Tolerate It, the one.
It was amazing. And Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, sorry to go back, that killed
Oh,
me. It was so good. I was sobbing the entire time. It just hit. It was so good.
Love that one.
I was doing the marches in my seat. I was like, where you stand by someone.
Where it's like, look at the flags.
Yeah, the flags are so cool because the whole premise of the Smallest Man Who Ever Lived visuals is that she's at war.
Yeah.
And like you can see the spotlights and everything are supposed to like symbolize where she's getting shot, and that's why she's like going like this. And then when she collapses on the floor, they wave a white flag, like saying like she's whatever.
I was you during Cruel Summer. I recorded it, but I wasn't really looking.
That has always like I had kind of known about that. I had seen it on TikTok, like people being like, "Oh, whatever, she's done it," but then seeing it on stage and like the drama of her collapsing on the floor and like the flag, I was like, this is insane. What am I watching? Like that's when I was like, this is the theatrics that I missed from the original Eras tour, that I was like, something is missing, and it was that like theatrical Taylor. I love that version of her. And that's why I think like Speak Now World Tour is my favorite, one of my favorite shows.
Good point.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. So fun.
Yeah.
I love the little, like, I was thinking about when they're like dragging her back and like getting her ready, how crazy it must have been for Travis to be up on stage and like from like being in the audience watching it. It had to have been wild.
That's crazy that she did that. I love it.
I love it so much. TTPD was so good.
It was. I think it was like my favorite part.
Me too.
It was like new and really, really good.
I agree, because we got Florida too, and we had like a collab there. So we had Florence there at the show, which was really cool.
I just want to point out two things that we got right on the pod, and you guys got to hear it, and we said it. But you, yesterday, should have said no, and me, when I said that Florida was going to be played in Florida with Florence and the Machine.
Queen.
Hit the applause.
But do we think that Florida's gonna stay on?
I think it's a possibility that it does, and I also think it's a possibility that it doesn't.
Wow.
I told you the wheels are turning really slow.
I vote it's gonna be taken off.
I think it's gonna be taken off too. My point is, like, I think it's going to be taken off too, but I could see it still being on.
I also think it's going to be taken off, but it could also fit in NOLA. Like, super swampy vibes.
That is true. Okay, here's what I see. The song stays.
Just no.
Florence just might not come out every time.
True.
Okay.
Because, like, why? There's no reason why it has to be literally just completely taken off the set list.
That was my next question was, like... number one, is it completely taken off? And if it is it do you think it'll be replaced with another? But
no, I definitely don't think it will be replaced. Like, if it's taken off, it's off. But I'm going to say it's going to stay because of where it is in the set. Like,
I mean, she does Fortnite and Post Malone doesn't come out, so she can do Florida.
Exactly.
Yeah. Without Florence.
And, like, if it was at the end right before I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, which... it could never be because of the way Smallest Man Who's Ever Lived goes into I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. So maybe it could still be taken off. I don't know. I'm going to say no. It's going to stay on. Just Florence will not be every time.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's my vote.
I vote off. Just to be controversial.
Okay. As always, Tosh.
Okay, controversial question then. Before Eras Tour wraps, is there going to be another like album announcement at the shows, like a re-record?
I was thinking of that too yesterday. Like, remember we would get announcements there at the show, and I'm like, I wonder if we got an announcement, like at what point of the show would it be?
Well, for Speak Now and 1989, she did it after the guitar.
Surprise.
Yeah. Surprise song, guitar specifically.
I don't know either.
That's a tough question.
I think no, honestly. Like, I think she's just going to enjoy the last of the shows. And then that's it. And then move on to, like, regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think, like you said, like, I think she's just going to want to, like, perform and indulge in it. And, like, there's nothing else. Like, I feel like she has nothing else to give us kind of thing. Like, I think she might just... I don't know.
She gave the book announcement, and that, I mean...
Yeah, and they're, like, playing the visuals on the screens before the concert of the book and everything. And that comes out...
Oh, they were? I didn't see it.
Like, you know how they do, like, the different things that play before the clock and everything?
The book was on there?
The book and
Vinyl.
the vinyl were both on there. I did see them both. Yeah. So that makes me think definitely not, because that comes out November 29th, which we haven't even talked about that. And
Yeah,
that came out
true.
since the last time we recorded the pod. November 29th. And the Eras Tour ends like December 9th or 10th weekend, like before her birthday. So before she announces debut
I was
TV.
gonna
Oh my
say,
God.
so she's not gonna announce it at the shows because December 13th is the announcement.
There we
Duh.
go. The math is mathing.
Pretty fetch.
Yeah, maybe.
Fetch.
But I guess since we're already on the topic, we can kind of jump over really quickly to not eras, but kind of eras related, that Taylor Swift announced for Black Friday. They didn't say like it was a Black Friday specific, like only available on Black Friday. It's just getting released on Black Friday, which is honestly so smart in marketing because everybody's going to be at Target. Like,
Yeah, like we are.
you already know that that's on our Black Friday shopping list.
Yeah, it has been for years. So
The Eras Tour book, which is like a photo book of the Eras Tour. I'm sure there's going to be like stuff in it with like the way things worked and whatever, like a memory
a
book
little coffee table book.
of the Eras Tour. I'm so excited about
Yeah,
that.
me too.
It's a need.
I'm very, very excited about that. And then additionally, TTBT the Anthology on vinyl.
We all talked about and wanted.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
I'm very excited about that too. That one has 4 new tracks. We're not entirely sure what the new tracks are, like if they're acoustic versions of some of the songs that are already on there or they are actually brand new tracks. But personally, I love the cover of
Yes.
TTPT the Anthology.
100%.
It's so it's so fitting. I love it. What is the cover of TTPT right now? It's that
Isn't
like
it the
Is it that
Yep.
one?
is it?
I was thinking the body pick one.
Oh, where she's like
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Right?
So then what is
I don't
this
know
one?
if it depends.
Wait,
yeah.
because I also thought it was that one.
Is it? I don't know if it. I'm confusing the version.
Maybe the anthology
Oh, yeah.
is like, and then the regular TTPT
Oh, it is.
the bed.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
I hope you guys
remember-
like my visuals.
I remember what it looks like on Spotify. Like the
Yeah,
photo, too.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what I was picturing. I know that there's like a gray brown
Okay.
one,
Yeah.
grayish brownish
Yeah.
hue.
Yep.
And then the white one. So the white one is the bed.
Yes.
And then the
I
other
like
one
this
is
one. Yeah, that's the one I like. One more time. Thank you.
I like it too. I like that it's the new merch. Like with that included in the Eras Tour merch. I love that. But yeah, so that's going to be released on November 29th, Black Friday. So like if you're just like, oh, November 29th, I'll put it on my calendar. It's Black Friday. So just make your Target plans accordingly because people are going to be there. And I guarantee you that people are going to want to try to like.
Yep.
Target is usually our last stop on Black Friday.
Not
And
anymore.
now it is absolutely our first.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Mark your calendars, check your times. We can check the Target here and see if that opens before the mall opens because we can always just go to this Target and then
And
just go
then-
straight to the mall.
Very true.
So we'll offline that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What time should I get here?
You already know it's 4:30. So. But I'm very excited for that. Great way to kick off the holiday season. Do we think that Taylor will release Taylor's version of her Christmas album? I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
I don't think so, but like there are some Taylor Swift original songs
What
on
if that's
the
the December 13th announcement?
I mean,
55 Days Christmas album. She did give us Christmas Tree Farm like as a birthday thing. That was like a gift for us. And
I don't
like
think it's that far off. But I also don't think like she would do that before like debut.
yeah. Maybe it's like a debut and Christmas album because I was just going to say like her Christmas album is so country, but also so is debut. So
So like a double drop?
Yeah, because they'd definitely be separated.
I don't
Well,
think
that's
it's not
saying,
going to
like, a
happen.
mashup.
No, yeah. It's going to be debut and then the colon instead of the anthology, the Christmas album.
Christmas version.
No, I doubt it because it's mostly like covers of actual Christmas songs
true.
and then like 2 Taylor original songs. So maybe she'll just like release the singles
A
as
single.
Taylor's
Yes.
version. That would slay.
point.
But I would rather get Crazy or Taylor's version than...
Christmas Tree Farm.
No, Christmas Tree Farm is not a Taylor's version. She was already gone from Big Machine.
Sorry.
I'll forgive it. You know how I feel about that song.
I know. That's why I said it, because I thought that that's what you were saying.
No, Christmas is When You Were Mine is like the one that I can think of that's a Taylor original on that Christmas album. But yeah, I'd prefer Crazier TV and I'd Lie. What else do we have to say about the show? Final thoughts. I was really sad. First of all, why the heck did we get All Too Well 10-minute version confetti coming from the back that we were like, it was snowing for us, but we didn't get Karma confetti?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was surprising.
I was so, when I saw that All Too Well confetti, I'm like, we got
It's
Karma
happening.
confetti. Turn
It's
around
gonna
to
be
you
right
guys,
there,
to
yeah.
my sister, we got confetti tonight. Don't even worry about it.
What?
I remember seeing Sammy too when it was during. Sammy kept looking back at it.
I had my camera ready. Like I was ready to like literally turn around and just like have this video with confetti coming at my face. And but yeah, I was really honestly pretty sad about the confetti.
I
Like,
know.
I love a good confetti moment, and like it was really special in LA.
Maybe that's why. That was our LA moment.
Yeah.
You know, something had to be unique about it.
And that is, I mean, there were a lot of unique things about it. We
But
literally
like
saw Taylor
ending
Lautner.
like in our seat, like
Yes, it was.
Wise.
Yes, and like maybe it was because it wasn't going to be what we had in LA, and like we would have been sad.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what we had was perfect anyway.
It was, yeah.
Because I didn't watch the finale in LA because I was so focused on the confetti, and now I actually paid
True.
attention to it yesterday,
True.
and I was like, "Wow, this is it."
What really stood out to me about our experience last night was how smooth it was from start to finish, from driving in to getting parking to getting to our seats and then leaving was just as easy. I think we said yesterday we were out in like 5 minutes.
It
Like
was
to our car.
crazy. Yeah, like when we turned around and saw that like floor exit, I was like, "Damn, I wonder where in the stadium this is gonna leave us off." And then I saw the little twinkle lights of the bridge, and I was like, "Oh my
How did this
god!"
Right to the
happen?
car.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we were like, for sure, where we were was where Ashley Tisdale was getting picked up. Because did you not see all those
Oh, those
huge
right-
Suburbans? There was so much security
With
detail
the tinted
there.
windows, a bunch of security standing.
That's probably why we got out so quickly, because obviously our parking was where like the celebs, I guess, were. Oh my god, what if Taylor's family was like, what if it was like, I feel like they probably leave with Taylor. I don't know. They probably need a lot of security. But like Ashley
Yeah,
Tisdale, for sure. She could have
Yeah.
gone
Oh,
out that
for
way.
sure, yeah.
Tom Brady,
Tom
for
Brady.
sure. Slay.
I love that.
Yeah, that's probably like we got that lot, and like that's the easiest one to get out of too, which is where the celebs probably are.
We
too.
got literally right on the highway. Oh my god, it was so nice.
And we were fully prepared to like be in traffic. Like Renee was like, "All right, I'm gonna start driving now," and then
Right.
we were just like out. Like,
Okay.
No, because I'm
No, I'm saying like we were just like,
yeah, we were
okay.
Like, all right. Thanks. I thought you were saying that to what I said. I'm like, no, you said that. Like it was like gonna be a mission, and then it just wasn't.
No.
Yeah, it was so smooth. And like a coworker of mine had said on Friday, she was like, "Oh, I did the parking ride, and like I got home at like 3 a.m. Like it wasn't." She was like, "It wasn't bad at all." And she was like, "I heard." Because the parking ride is $10 that you pay for a parking garage, and then it's a shuttle bus that takes you to the stadium.
Okay.
And she was like, it ended up being better because I heard the people at the stadium were like stuck in traffic for hours. And I'm like,
Can't relate.
not us.
Oh.
We got so lucky.
Yeah.
And the weather was beautiful. Taylor's hair wasn't even in factory settings. It didn't even like curl up.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't humid. It was like hot but breezy. Like
Yeah.
it was perfect.
It was so like, honestly, last night could not have gone better, I think.
Yay. What was your standout, your takeaway from it? Both of you.
like more than just an era, or like a specific.
Aside from eras, yeah.
Okay.
From your concert experience.
I think seeing the stage again and like being on floor again and like us taking pictures with the stage and everything. I love that. And like the fact that my sister got to experience that was really nice. And then just like the whole before the concert, like from there, how we got food so quickly, had some drinks, walked around, did the Capital One elevator. Like, it just worked out so well.
Yeah.
The fact that we like popped the trunk open and like we had a drink.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
that.
It was amazing.
I liked it. It's part of that. Like, I feel like we were less stressed in Miami, because when we were in LA, it was like, this is like our one opportunity. Like, we need to do this. We
Did
need
we
to walk.
eat?
We did eat in LA because we had breakfast and then we
got
went to
lunch,
the we
though.
got lunch.
And you ate leftover. Like,
You had the leftover from your breakfast and we picked up lunch at the
at
grocery,
a grocery
store.
and ate
Oh,
it in
The
yeah, but not
best
at the
freaking
stadium.
sushi we've ever
Amazing.
had from a grocery
But
store.
Not at the stadium.
We
Okay,
never
that's
ate at
what I
the stadium.
figured.
That's
And
what
then
we
we
got
ate
Raising
after.
Cane's after.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
And then yesterday we had breakfast and didn't have a chance to eat here.
right.
So then we were like, okay, let's eat at the stadium. And then we ate again after.
And at the stadium, they changed their menu to like have little like T Swift, lyrics or
References.
references. Like, they
Yeah.
had fearless fries. And
How were
They were not
Josh?
They were fearful.
be fearful of the fries.
The chicken tenders were bussin'.
They
though.
were
Yeah.
fire.
They were so good. They had amazing crunch.
Crunch level was
Crunch.
10 out of 10.
The crunch was fantastic. Well, your standout moment was just like the
Like,
this
I feel
flawlessness.
like we were like, just like the vibe was like laid back, and in LA was just a little more like,
Pressure.
we need to, yeah.
yeah.
So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think we were focused on like almost a checklist in LA.
Yeah. Which
Like-
was fine. That's
Yeah,
what
we had
wanted.
and we had an amazing time, right? We were like merch check,
We
VIP
maximized
early
our
entrance
time.
checks. We did maximize very well. Yesterday we already knew what to expect. We already knew we knew what the expectations were. We knew what we wanted and what we were okay with letting go.
Yeah.
Like, I think if we had pulled up to LA and the merch line was that long, we would have been like entire day derailed
Right.
kind
Yeah,
of thing.
sure.
Whereas yesterday we were just like, all right, like we went more going with the flow.
Yeah.
And I think we were able to do that because
Of
like I
LA,
said, the
yeah.
expectations were there, whatever. And like we even talked about on the pod, like one of the things that you should emphasize and like that we kind of wish that we were better at in LA was being graceful and just like allowing things to happen the way that they did
Yeah.
naturally. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It was amazing though. Like, you killed it.
Yeah,
Pat
killed
yourself
it.
on the back, girl.
I love that video
like
now.
First thing I did when I woke up this morning, I was like, babe, watch this video.
Love.
It was iconic, and like I'm so grateful that we got to do this not once but twice together on the floor both times.
Yeah.
You're very lucky.
We never would have thought.
Yep.
Our middle school little selves would never have thought that we would be here like over 15 years later watching eras. Like, we just, it's crazy to think about, really.
But that's what the magic of eras is, dude.
Yeah.
Like, watching all of these eras and like reflecting on all of those times in your lives that you lived through the actual era.
Yeah.
Even to Lover, like Lover's now 5 years ago.
That's
The Fearless era when we were in 6th grade. Red era when we were sophomores in high school. Speak Now, 8th grade. Reputation, senior year of college. Slay. Oh, God, I love Rep
1989
era.
was what?
Senior year of high school, but we went to the show freshman year of college.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it came out.
And like we went
October.
together to like basically all those, so it's,
Yeah.
that's what's also crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Folklore, Pandemi Days, Evermore, Pandemi. Midnights 2 years ago already. Happy
Oh my
anniversary, Midnights.
God.
Happy birthday.
I
2
still
year
vividly
cake.
remember listening to the entire Midnight's album at midnight
Same.
to get that initial review in.
Ma, meet me at midnight. I remember when that, like, it started like that. It was just like, whoa.
That yeah.
Who is that?
Yep.
What did Taylor Swift do?
Yes.
And now I'm like, who is Taylor Swift if not for Midnight?
So true. And recently we had our anniversary of getting our Loverfest tickets, which should have been sign
Was that
number
not
one,
the same? Oh, no, it wasn't because it was Monday the 14th. It was Monday
Yeah.
the 14th and we got, it should have been
But-
assigned number one.
That's crazy.
That was this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like October 14, that Monday was when it was like, oh my God, we got the Loverfest tickets 5 years ago today. And then Wednesday was when we got the tickets. Crazy.
Mic drop.
It was just the best experience. Like, it really couldn't have worked out better. Like, the fact that not only did you cop amazing tickets, but you got them for Saturday. And, like, I was driving, like, it would have been crazy to go Friday, would have made it happen. But I wouldn't have the time to get ready. And, like, we wouldn't have, like, that experience together. Like, I would have been in a rush. So, like, thank you for even getting tickets and getting Saturday tickets. Like, it could not have been better. Like, I'm so grateful, really. Crazy.
Because I had the best days with you. Me, every episode, I promise I'll stop singing on the pod.
You just can't help it. It's okay.
No, I'm never going to stop, honestly.
Not you accidentally saying start, so.
But I think that's it. Like, and I told Tosh this last night, too. That is it for this episode. We're going to close out soon. But, like, I wanted to say this about Eras. At the end of LA, I felt like there was still more. Like, I was like, we're missing out on something. And it was like, we were trying to get closing night in LA. We knew already that we weren't getting tickets to Miami, that we weren't picked. It was like disastrous, but I was like, this chapter isn't done. This chapter isn't done. Like, still yearning. And last night at Eras, like, I felt the closure of like, okay, like, I can move on with my life now. Like, I've seen the Eras tour 3 freaking times. I've seen the different versions of it. I've experienced it with everybody that I wanted to experience it with it. I got to go with my mom and my little sister. I got to go with you guys. I got to go with my sister who didn't get to go when I went with my mom and my other sister. So amazing. It was just like, it was the closure that I really needed to be able to be like, when Eras ends, I was there. It was rare. I was there.
I agree with that. It definitely felt like closing a chapter, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
I agree.
And now we'll get to physically close the chapter when we get the Eras book at Target.
Iconic.
Fiend.
Thank you.
But I think that pretty much wraps up this week's episode. We've talked all about Eras and our experience. And I can't believe that, remember we said this was the last time that we were going to say we didn't have tickets on the pod, and it actually was.
Manifestation.
Manifestation is real. Tay Voodoo is so real.
Yeah. We've had too many moments of Tay Voodoo. We're believers. So
I am a believer, a follower of Tay Voodoo.
Follower.
And here, they're going to use that clip and it's going to be like, proof Taylor Swift is a cult leader.
Oh my God.
But very grateful that we got to experience it together again. Very grateful to you and your service, Samantha. Here's your act of service pin.
Your congrats pin.
Thank you.
Yes, from the stadium, right? But thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for chatting after the whirlwind of a night that we had. I can barely keep my eyes open, honestly. I think my eyelids are falling. So. Also, I'm like I have literal tattoo, black lines. I have glitter in my hair still. I haven't even washed my hair. So
That's just, the signs of a good time.
yeah, it is time to now move on from Miami Eras. Obviously, we still have tonight and like the fun stuff, and we'll post a bunch of content and video for you guys so that you can see. But yeah, we close this chapter.
That about wraps it up.
That about literally wraps it up.
The end.
Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys very soon. For Taylor Swift news updates and to stay in touch, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at TSwiftSistersPod and at TSwiftSisters on Twitter.